Hello, everyone. I apologize for this one being so late. It has been a busy weekend for me, but as usual, we have earnings to go over. You guys can catch it on the replay. But again, I apologize for being late. But let's get into it because I won't keep you guys long. But we got a lot of big earnings coming up this week. Um, and we're just gonna get into it. If y'all have, you can let me know what y'all are looking at. I'm just gonna run through it. We're gonna be looking at Domino's, probably Dominion Energy, Fresh Pet. These may not be ones we trade, but I'm gonna take a look at them. Hims and Hers is gonna be big. Every time I look at this, I find one more that I kind of slept on or forgot to mention. Home Depot, NRG, uh, AMC, Kava, Workday, HP, HUT, TJ Maxx. We mentioned TJ Maxx last week. Innovis with the reporting agencies, Nvidia. You can take a look at Trade Desk. I'm not really big on that one, but Salesforce, Nvidia, Salesforce, Snowflake, Ionic, Zoom. I forgot. I just totally missed over Zoom. I think this one's Data Weave or Data Wave. We got Core Weave, which has been a big hit with the AI space. Dell, SoundHound, Duolingo. I'm interested in Duolingo with all of the language models where we can go into ChatGPT, Gemini. We can literally train it to teach us or create an AI agent to teach us a different language. So I'm wondering how Duolingo is still doing as far as revenue. So y'all let me know. Raina, thank you for checking in. Y'all let me know where y'all checking in from. What's on this list y'all to pay attention to. So let's get into it with the first one, which will be Domino's. What is it? DPZ. Domino's. Get into regular hours. Let's go up on a daily. If, if, yikes. This doesn't look too good. If I cut on some support and resistance, I'm going back. When were we back at these levels? We're back at November 2020 levels. We kind of bounced from here. So I want to see if we Domino's could probably retake 685, 690, or this thing could kind of drop back down to, sorry, not 385, 390, or this will drop back down to 380, 375, 370. They've had kind of mixed signals with earnings. We could see down here a beat, and still kind of fell off. So interested about the call, but let's go take a look at the chain and see what we're getting here. What do I want to open? We'll go with Yahoo. Let me pick another side and get over here to Webull. So boom. So DPZ, Domino's, option chain. It's just a little pricey for the amount of data that we're gonna have to put into it, and I'm not seeing too much a position with this much risk. I mean, again, we're not going over $200, so this will be out of the bucket. But we could look at it. I'm a little bit more bearish, so I'd be looking at probably puts. I'm not gonna set any strikes, but a little. This looks a little bearish. After hours, overnight, it is up, but again, the chart just doesn't look that great. So let's do 50-50 on DPZ. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it if y'all were taking a look. Next one, like I said, Dominion Energy. I've looked at them before, so we're just gonna take a peek over here. Ooh, bullish. I like it. We got some profit taken over there. We're hitting highs. Let's go back and let's take a look at the money. Oh, not D Dominion. There we go. 60s and 70s. I don't like the spread. Spread's a little bit wide, but if this could tighten up, that 70 for the calls, I like it. The in the money. I don't like the spread right here with that bid. I don't know why they're bidding so low. Um, Downside, yeah, getting a little bullish. I don't, spread's not horrible, but a little slight risk here. But they're gonna report before the open, so we might be able to take advantage of some upside. They're already up to 66 after hours. I'm a little bit more bullish with Dominion. Next one, him and hers. I never really had, or hymns. I never really had my eye on hymns, but Kendra inside of the Discord traced this phenomenally. She's able to call and see, even though I used to have a shirt that I put out that said I wasn't wrong, I was early. And Kendra, she just do not miss. Like she may be a little early to the play and people just don't see it any long enough, but she calls one of these plays to the T. Somebody actually left the Discord because they weren't up. Literally the next day after they got out, that thing went off. It was phenomenal. So don't just get so hasty inside of your plays. If you hit your stop, it hits your stop. But definitely pay attention to him. This looks very bearish. Let's see if we hit some points. This is gonna be big in the weight loss community and with those GLP-1s. So I'm interested to see, do they get a pop up to those gaps or do they continue to sell off? We can see back down to September 24th, almost those, we'll say a little bit closer to October 24 levels. We do have a gap up here to the $20 move. So $2 up, maybe 17ish, 18. But we do see that gap down here. Earnings miss and this thing sold off. Before they had pretty decent earnings, but their recovery, they're down pretty bad. So let's go take a look again. What are you guys looking at? Where are y'all checking in from? Let me know. Let me know if there's any tickers y'all want me to look at. But let's look at hymns chain. Let's look at like 18. Yeah, we want to get right here in the money. We got a lot of activity. This thing is either gonna do it or it's not. I like in the money. 17s are not bad. Chain looks good, but you're robust on both sides. So this could be a 50-50 either way. But again, the chart looks very bearish. Like this thing looks like it's gonna take another leg down to maybe 13. Uh, Call side again, I would just stay in the money. No lower than like 13 right there, and it's fairly affordable. These are cheap contracts that you could take a play on, even if you hedge and go calls and puts. But hymns, I'm looking a bit more bearish. Donovan is looking at Home Depot, so we're definitely getting into Home Depot. I'm gonna say puts on hymns, and they're gonna report after hours, so you still have time to take advantage of that one. Um, Let's see who else did I say. I think that's all for after hours. Head over to Home Depot. Home Depot is always a staple to keep a watch on. It does trade a little bit higher than most. Would anticipate and probably could be able to afford. And we're in a tight range here. 376 to like 397, probably like a 400 kind of play. So 375 ish up to 400. Let's see where the money resides. Again, these contracts are going to be juiced a bit. So we might not play it, but we can look at a direction. 800s, not a lot of play on the February. Let's go out a little bit. We go out a week or two. I'm not seeing it. Let's look at the monthly. Not a lot of action. Looks a little bit more bullish, but charts just giving me. I'm indecisive in here, so I don't have a play on Home Depot. I'll just be watching. I don't. This chart's not giving me any sentiment. Next one, NRG. Oh, sweet, nice and bullish off of this gap. We may see some profit taken in here if it's on in that 52-week high. NRG expected to post earnings 1.2 a dollar and two earnings. I'm reading down here. Earnings preview, but this looks very bullish. They did leave a gap down here from 135, but this looks nice. Let's see if people are continuing to be bullish on this for this week, or do they think there's going to be some profit taking? So definitely 180, probably 182. We got a 182.5. Kind of staggered on the train. They're at the 180 and the 190s. Spread's a little funky for me, but I would probably lean more toward bullish because there's not any activity here. So no trade, but we can watch it for bullish activity. I said NRG. What should I have next? AMC. I'm not touching AMC. AMC is such a mean stock. Look at that. What does this look like? Let's have a little learning session here to come back to. When a company trades, I'll show it to you guys because most of y'all are visual. What uh how does a company become delisted. I want y'all to see it because it's trading below $1 for a few consecutive weeks. I gotta put the word in there. Here we go. So, how would some company become delisted when the New York Stock Exchange or in the NASDAQ? Involuntary delisting typically occurs when a stock falls. Follow me here. When a stock falls below $1 share price for 30 consecutive days, fails to meet minimum financial requirements. So AMC is on the verge of being delisted. Who would buy this? No one. Hey, I'll get AMC for $1. Okay, and you're gonna make $1 and maybe a $1.05. It trades at 0.9 ATR. You'd be months trying to see this thing recover. Do not touch this. This thing should get delisted. They should just voluntarily delist and go bankrupt like they were doing previously. Are they even here? Um, where is? Yeah, I'm not even seeing which one is it for the chain. AMC. Yeah, this is poopity poop poop. Nothing. Nobody's really touching this. If you want to touch it, get you a dollar put. This thing is no man's land. Don't do that. Home Depot is literally in no man's land. Oh, wow, I wasn't even reading your message, and I just said that Home Depot is literally in no man's land. You would have to do a strategy. Yep, I like that. Donovan Corweave, cool. But yeah, do not touch this AMC. Don't let any internet guru trash, straight trash. Look, I'm gonna make a note. AMC delisting. All right. So boo to that. I've heard Mercado Libre, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna look at it. But I don't remember. Is that Mercado? I don't know. Melly. Let's just go look because I don't know why that's standing out to me. Melly. I'm going to the profile because I don't quite remember. Operates online commerce platform in Brazil. Is this is Mercado, but I don't know. It just stood out to me. Online commerce, Mercado Pay, but this is not. I don't know. We're not gonna look at it. It just was standing out to me for a minute. Skipping on to what I was going to, Kava, our direct competitor with Chipotle. I do like Kava. Kava's good. I wanted to short them so bad when they came on the market, but they just went. They just did so well. I was just like, man, they're competing with Chipotle, but Chipotle was just being trash with their portion size. So Kava just took off, but they kind of got a bounce down here from, coming into existence from January 2024. If they have good earnings, they see they missed here and sold down. They have good earnings. They could try to recover. I wouldn't go more than about 70 to 75 ish, but they do have this gap to fill. And if they sell back down, we're probably looking at 65, 60s on the put side. But I do like their food. They are very economical and they are popping up more, but it's not about if it's good. It's about are they profitable and can they reach revenue? Not a lot of people sitting here on the chain. Looks a little bit more activity on the bearish side. So I will be taking a look at Kava, but I don't have any sentiment behind it based on the chart. Um, HP. I went over this briefly in one of my other videos about HP requiring subscription. If you want, one of the guys that I know, he pointed out this video. It's on Instagram, but you as becoming, I don't know how to get to the video any other way but to look it up like this, and I keep forgetting the title. But if you put this in, or if you go to Instagram, you're gonna look for this video. More Perfect Union. Everything is a subscription now, and it's just talking about how a lot of companies are going subscription based. PlayStation and gaming systems, they want you to put the games in the cloud. They're not going to let you just right out purchase them. You're going to have to kind of have a subscription to be able to play games when you want to. You got subscription based with Mercedes, where they'll have you purchase for extra horsepower or navigation system or heated seats. All of these is marked behind one of the next companies we're going to go to. This is all implemented behind Salesforce. So I will be listening to Salesforce last earning call and definitely this upcoming call, because a lot of this kind of way of thinking is coming from Salesforce. So they're the leading behind. Would I work for them? Probably so. They're going to make a lot of freaking money. And I've looked at some of their career goals, but they will have to pay me more than they probably want to. But I'm interested to see how they're doing as far as revenue and how they're implementing to get these companies more revenue to get them to sign up for subscription base. But going back to HP, I recently just bought a new printer and it was not HP. I used to be a HP and Canon fan, but I went to Epson because it does not require me to have a subscription and they're not putting firmware inside of it to prevent me from using my device if I'm not signed up for their subscription service. So there are ways that you have to opt out. I would rather pay $200 or $300 for my printer and use it as I please versus paying $40 or $50 for an HP printer and have to be enrolled in their signed up EEC program where whether your ink is low or not, they will just stop letting it print if you're not set up for that service. So again, so I don't get a copyright strike, please go in and watch that video. I'm coming back. AMC is a lottery ticket, and I would probably play the lottery play first. I don't blame you. Like again, play that till you got better chance at a scratch off than AMC ever coming back to life. Gonna be looking at CoreWeave, Home Depot. Melly is a Latin, Amazon, and PayPal. Okay. I couldn't remember. I was like, I've heard of this before, but I haven't really deep dived it. So I was like, something about that was standing out to me. So we looked at Kava. Oh, I said I was going to look at HP. There we go. So let's go. Is that the right HP? Is it HP? Nope. HPQ. Like that didn't look right. HPQ. There we go. Woo, what did I tell y'all? People don't like that. I mean, people make decisions with their dollars, and they're not liking HP right now. They're selling. I would be even more like, there's no support. Where is support? Where is support? Where's the garter belt? Where's the pantyhose? 1828. This thing moves slow at 77. We're definitely not going to grab any weeklies. We look at an 18 put, maybe 17, no lower than maybe a 15, but we're going to go out and get some time. We're not going to just look at those weeklies here and get that IV crush. So again, I'm bearish. You would have to get in the money here. You got a look, couple of bulls on the 20. I don't trust this at all. That thing's not, I don't see it moving 20 unless they're going to pull some out of the rabbit hole. This thing is bearish and I will go out. See, buy you a little bit more time. That way, even if it drops, the IV will have that thing not even print. So if you go out a little more, spend 100, just get an 18 strike put just in the money. Because if they report bad, it's going to sell off and there's just no room for support in here. But we don't want that IV crush with a small move with it only having an ATR of 0.77. So I'm very bearish on HP, but need to listen to the call. 18 put for March 320. What y'all think about HP? Y'all let me know. I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna go to HUT. Court always talks about HUT, so they are gonna be on my list. It's sitting in the middle. Again, it moves about $5, so we'd be probably looking at a 50 on support and maybe 55 to the upside. But that chart's not giving me any sentiment on a direction, especially with crypto. So like I said, 50. We got a little bit of volume on 51. Yeah. I have no direction on HUT right here. Let's go out on the monthly. A little bit more activity on the monthly, but we'll just be looking at, keep HUT on your radar, see how they report on earnings, but no play for it. I think somebody pulled out TJ Maxx last time. I can't remember who, but let's take a look at TJ Maxx. I think we're up 20% or something. Yeah, TJ's on the move. Yeah, and what you're starting to see is people are moving away from, and most of the mall anchors are losing space, and people are ordering online and then just playing going to the discount stores. Like I remember when I was younger, I would go to Macy's or Dillard's to get Levi jeans, and I was just a stickler for a good quality jean. Now I hate paying more than $20 for a pair of jeans. It's denim, but you can still get great quality denim at a much affordable price now. So I don't mind going to a secondhand store and getting. Nobody's gonna know if my dollars are $20 or $50 as long as they're comfortable to me. But you can see TJ Maxx has made this V recovery. They're close to coming back to these all-time highs. So can they sustain it, or will there be some more profit taking? So we want to look at the chain, see where people are edging up for TJ Maxx. So if we go to the call side, not super heavy. I don't see any sentiment there. Let me go up on the monthly. Yeah, it's not playing out. Like I said, I had somebody doing TJ Maxx, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm a little bullish. It might be short term, bullish on them. They may have a pop then drop. Oh, Pastor. Okay, I thought I recognized it. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for letting me know it's Pastor. I can remember now. Brandon, thank you, Brandon. What's on Walmart? Did you play earnings? Brandon's very good at trading earnings. Trading Walmart. I hated the HP subscription, especially as a college student. Side note: Epson firmware updated prevents me from using third-party ink. And I'm not opposed to. I just skipped the whole ink cartridge process altogether and just came with the reusable liquid. So I like the quality of the ink. If that's the way that they go with having you change out the generic, I'm a little bit of a geek. I have replaced the sensors, and you can solder them back if you put them on the generic ones. I don't recommend doing it. It can be a messy situation, but I was just trying some out. But I am liking the quality of print and the setup. It's not clunky. HP literally made it where I'm old school. I like to be able to press the keys on my device and be able to set it. Now they want you to use your app where you can't just use the interface on the screen. They're just giving you these 1-2 buttons, or you have to use the app. So if you have an issue, you're not able to troubleshoot it on the screen with the device. So if it doesn't connect, let's say your phone Wi-Fi is down, or it's just some connectivity issue, you're not going to be able to fix it. And that was one of the things I did not like about some of the newer, less expensive, but not better quality printers from HP. So I knew I was going to change. I have been a big fan of Canon, but again, Canon, they upped that firmware and made it where you can't use those generic cartridges. Yeah, that's the third part. Yep. So got to pay for the ink now. I can't. I don't think they're kind of, again, Salesforce is teaching them how to get these workarounds to keep all the money in house. And I just feel bad for all those companies. They set up ink businesses to make generic cartridges, and now they're probably going to go out. They're going to have to pivot. How they're going to pivot, I'm not sure. I think I skipped one. I kind of nope. I'm getting where was I? I okay. I'm getting there. So heavy hitters. Let's get into it. Nvidia. Let's get it. Multiple gaps down below, multiple points. We're sell up. This has been an area of strong resistance for Nvidia right here. This is 194 area, and we're finding some support at 170 and a little bit closer. What did I just do? 179, and then bouncing from the 171. Go up here. Nvidia has great earnings green, and what do you see? That big bearish candle. Go back a little more. Nvidia earnings green, they sell down. So what are we seeing historically? They can beat and they're still profit taking. So be careful with Nvidia. This is also going to be telling for this week. We may run up and then they sell it down because this is a big week. And Donovan even shared it in our Discord. It's like the whole market is sitting on the back of Nvidia and how they're going to perform. Heavy activity. And you're going to see these contract juice because of the volatility coming up into this earnings week. So they may be a little bit higher. But a lot of activity on both sides, calls and puts, and just looking at the chart, it's sitting in the middle. Like if I draw, again, I'm all for visuals. If we look at this range that it's been in, we're bounced off we're above the midline and could bounce up to resistance. We break below here, that's going to sell down. Like we've just been in this range for a little bit of time. There's the sell off from our last earnings, and we're just sitting here. I probably wouldn't touch this. We'll just see how it plays out. Econ been my money maker these last 2 weeks. I had my first $1,000 day. Brandon is one of my students, one of my one-on-one students. First $1,000 day last week. I haven't seen Brandon in about 3 weeks. That boy works hard. Sorry, I'm calling him boy. This young man works very hard, but still gets into the markets and hit me up, say, "Hey, coach, can we meet?" Or, "Hey, I'm looking at this." And I hadn't. He's missed a couple of classes. He watches his replays and let me know, "Coach, I'm watching my replay." But congratulations to you, Brandon, on your first $1,000 day. Y'all congratulate Brandon. Like, I'm so proud I can't be any prouder to see my students excel and do well, even when I haven't heard from them in a couple of days. So wonderful. We could look at Trade Desk, but I'm gonna skip over that. We're gonna go to Salesforce again. I don't want to keep y'all up so late because I know those people are gonna have to get up. Again, Salesforce, they're gonna have to do something. They've left quite a few gaps. Where is the support? They're down below November 2023. Got another support down here at about 167. Some buyers at 177, but this thing looks horrible. They need to find some support in here, come back and overtake, 200 and fill these gaps. But this looks very, very bad as far as tech right now. This doesn't look sweet. People probably gambling, looking. I don't see it. You got to gamble at 200. It's going to cost you a little over 300. I don't, I don't see it here. Let's go out a week. If people are buying safety, it's not there. Let's see if they're preparing for something a little bit further out. Everybody's a little Confucius here. So CRM, I will be watching it, but I don't have any bias on it. It just looks bearish. I'm just gonna say it's bearish, but I don't have a play for that one. Snowflake, snow. See how all this, like, do we get a bounce on all of this in tech while it's down, or does it sell down some more? You got a gap down here that has not filled, but again, all of these look fairly bearish right now. But let's see where the chain and the money is at. It may show up later in the week, but they're not in it right now. And there's no need to get in early. These will be, they're reporting later in the week, so there's no reason to kind of jump right in. Got a little activity at 155 puts on the March. Again, just like CRM, snow looks bearish, but that's where it's a 50-50. We could have a surprise on these companies. Ionic, IonQ, IonQ. Yeah, and all these are down. They look very bearish. So let's go on the puts. Oh, that moved really fast. There we go. So like the 30 put here, we'll say on IonQ 30p. Let's look out to the March. Sheesh. March looks bullish, so maybe you'll pull back in positioning. There's a lot of people on this 50, so let's keep an eye out on the 50C for 320. I'm not gonna touch it, but those are the two strikes I will keep an eye on. Zoom. Now Zoom, I use Zoom. I used Zoom yesterday. But this was one of those COVID plays and they're starting to pick back up. One, they bet not increase these fees. They keep adding technology. My clients and customers in their one-on-one, I have an AI companion that takes notes so my clients can focus on me while I'm talking, and they absolutely love the AI note taker. It allows them to just easily go back to the video, even if they can't watch it, to remember, okay, what video was I supposed to watch from YouTube? What notes were I supposed to take? Or what do I need to follow up with Chastity? Or what I need to do for that client? I can easily go back to that and not have to watch that video if I didn't sit down and just take very extensive notes. So they're increasing the technology and what they have to offer to the clients that they have. Is that going to resonate with revenue? They're kind of bouncing in between here. They still left a gap. All-time high, we could be looking at 95, 90. But if this drops, previous support down here at 86, maybe probably rounded at 85. So let's look where money's sitting. Nvidia may sell down first to fill more institutional orders in the mid 70s area before eventually moving higher. I see that like everything looks very bearish before people starting to buy up. Could be better positioning before a big boom, like the sector rotating out of this low. I don't get the emails anymore, Dr. I don't know why. Let me make sure I'm getting them to you. I gotta send you the replays, and I might have left you off just because you weren't in there. I'll make sure I get you the previous class. I know some people didn't show up, so we didn't have class, but I'll get you your replays, Brandon. Don't worry. Let me make myself a note. Send Brandon replays. Gotta make a note, or I will forget. I'm human like everybody else. Who else do we have? IOA, Zoom. What did I say for Zoom? I didn't even come look. I got excited. All right. I don't like the chain for the weekly. Let's go out on the monthly. 100 has a lot of activity. So Zoom will keep an eye out on the March 100C 320. Who else we got? CoreWeave. CoreWeave, got a big CoreWeave and Weave and SoundHound, big ones again. All of this tech stuff just doesn't look good. Everything's looking very bearish. This is way too expensive to want to take a peek at, but 85 on the low, probably in the money 90 on the high. Got a little bit at 95. The way this moves, yeah, you could give it a little bit of range. AI agents and software meltdown, Barron's.com. We're seeing a lot of AI agents out here. Customer service, the $10 an hour receptionist or $12, they're going to be replaced with AI. Some people are going to want a human touch at the front desk, but a lot of people in a lot of real estate, plumbing, they're just going to be able to get those leads from those AI agents, and they're starting to sound more and more genuine and human every day. Said Dell. I said Dell, but I'm not gonna look at Dell. SoundHound and Duolingo. Bearish could be making a pop, filled its gap. It does have a lower gap at 5, but buyers may come in at this rate and opportunity because they still believe in AI. So it could be a strong buy on them with them being at this low, and we could see a lot of bullish sentiment on the chain. Just a little bit bearish at 6.5. Again, if you leverage this with a spread, it wouldn't be bad. But I'm gonna say bullish on them. But if you can afford it, just go out on that monthly. Let's see where the people are at. It may cost you a couple more dollars, but just so there's no IV crush, if you're bullish on Sound, just go out on the monthly contract and get out of it after that move. If you're investing, and you looking at long term, if this is your buying opportunity for a retrace back to 22, this is a buying opportunity. Buy you a few shares at this price if you think or you're long term on Sound. So I'll put a buy on Sound, and a little bit if it picks up, whole 775 can get 8, a little bit more bullish sentiment, but it needs to retrace up on this gap. But there's way more activity on the bullish side. Can you do that? Sure. Got you. Thank you so much. So let's go to Dell. Dell's sitting right on its gap. So it's retraced through this gap here from 120 to 122. It's going to have some resistance right here at 127. So about a $5 move, which is about its ATR, but it is in this range. So be careful if you're trading it this week. So what did I say? 125. We got dollar incrementals. Yeah, 125 on the upside. I still wouldn't touch it because it's still thin and not a lot of people care. There's a lot more activity on that March. Again, leaving out that IV crush, you can see those the call contracts are already up a little bit. So Dell a little bit more bullish, just slightly. But I just have to see how it played out. Heck, earnings have been pretty good, but it's still sold off. If you did not catch their last earning, definitely go take a listen to see what they did for guidance and what's probably not working with that they're selling down. This sound I said Duolingo. Woo! What did I tell y'all? AI taking over. This is back, back March 2023. This is horrible. They need something. They've had good earnings and ran up. Had a poor earnings here, ran up. Better earnings, ran up. And they sold down earnings again. Pop and drop. This is just horrible. Horrible. But again, with the new language models and we have all these new resources, having to pay a software when I can just get it incorporated into the tools that I'm already using, this doesn't look good for them. It's going to be expensive to try to get a edge on it to be able to really short it. But I'm very much so bearish on Duolingo, even though it's not it's, the range of trading is just not there for me. But I am bearish on Duolingo. Last ones, I think that's it, guys. I just wanted to run through these again. I know it was late. I appreciate y'all sticking with me and going through these. Again, if y'all enjoy them, I'll keep doing them. Try to get them in a little bit sooner, even if I have to pre-record it and y'all can't do it live. But if y'all have any other tickets y'all want me to look at, hope y'all are prepared for the week. I did have class this past Saturday. Pastor, I'm gonna send that over to you, just so you can just give me some feedback on what you think about the class. But yeah, if you guys want to catch that class, I gave y'all about 2 weeks to get it. I'm gonna tell you now, the class last week class was $97. I gave y'all YouTube code, took $20 off. Gave y'all YouTube 10, took $10 off. If you want this class at the $97, you need to email me. You need to DM me. However you know how to get in contact with me. You can see my name flashing across the screen and my Cash App. So you would need to send me your email address and send a Cash App of that payment. After tomorrow, when the bell closes, the price will go up. People be like, "Oh, it's not gonna go up. She's gonna be nice." No, I'm not. It's already built. It's already ready. It is $197. 52 people signed up for that class. I gave the class away to about 5 people. Testimonials are already coming in. They're already being prepared for this week to do this trading. If you want this replay and you did not take advantage of it before the live class, you need to get in contact with me before the close of the bell tomorrow, or you will be able to use this link and there will be no discount codes. I appreciate everybody that showed up. We had a lot of fun. We learned. They are prepared to make this money, and that's just $100 at the minimum. So definitely reach out to me. I hope y'all have a good trading week. For those that already have the class, please make sure you're patient and let the play come to you. The setup will be there. You will see it if it is ready. Don't force the play. Just with the anticipation of potential for the gains. Watch it, fill it out, look for that setup, and then take the play. But if y'all have questions, I'm gonna drop as I do always, I'm gonna drop the invite link if you want to come up. I'll add you to the stage if you have a question you want to ask live. And I'll give y'all about 5 minutes if you have any other questions, any other tickets you want to look at. And if not, we're going to get out of here. Give y'all just a few minutes for questions, and then we're gonna call it a night so we can prepare till tomorrow. I'll be a little inactive tomorrow. I have a Spy and QQQ and SPX are gonna be paying for me a shed tomorrow, so I gotta manage some workers. So I'll probably be taking like one trade and then you know watching them, making sure all of my shed is getting built to the appropriate measurements. So probably. Oh, and fun fact, like I make my own detergent. I made me some more detergent this weekend. I made my detergent on 12/19, and I just this past weekend on 2/19 had to make some more. So I use regular detergent. I think it's like Foca and some Zoda flakes. And I mix up the powder to make a liquid form. Was able to fill up three additional jugs, almost four. And then just if you're gonna use water anyway, at least I'm gonna have my own solution. Um, no itching, no skin irritation. So I'm excited about my homemade detergent. You can look on Facebook, all the videos. What are your thoughts on SPY for the week since it's a big tech week? I was bullish, but looking at the charts again, unless they get a pop, we might drop some more. I don't know what's going to save it. They already called off tariffs on Friday, and that gave the markets a boom, and it still kind of pulled back. So I'm not really sure uh, unless they get some good news. Again, it's kind of riding on the back of Nvidia, who's going to start it off and get the market pumping. If not, we're going to see some sales into March. Are there any main AI company tickers that's causing everyone else to be bears? I mean, it's the overall. Everything's down. The sentiment is the fear of AI right now, job loss. And if you've been watching the news, and this was one of the most recent ones, Xbox president, Xbox CEO and president leadership, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond out. Matt Booty and Aisha Sharma on the AI side stepped up. So these are people who've been long term with these companies, and they're getting booted with fresh knowledge and more AI space. So Aisha Sharma, now named Microsoft Gaming CEO, as Phil Spencer retires. Retired, stepped down, forced out, different things like that. But to see both of them end out, when you start to see leadership start to change, and I've seen that in multiple businesses, the company may not be doing well. They're probably wanting to jump ship before things change. And people say retire, and then you'll go back, and if you're like me, I'm nosy. I'll go check their LinkedIn, and it'll say, "Oh, now they're on the board for this company now, or they're doing something else." They're getting off that sinking ship, keeping their equity, keeping their shares, and just going somewhere else. So that AI is shaking things up. And I'm real nosy. So I went over and was like, "What's Aisha Sharma net worth?" And she was making some bank. If I can go find estimated 59 million, like she has like so many million in she was on Instacart. Let's see if I can do it in salary. Like when I was looking at her salary, I was like, wow, like yeah, she got that bank. Let's see if that show her. Yeah, here we go. So Instacart, 906, almost a million bucks, 96,000 pay, 806 in bonus and incentives. Then with AppLovin, 279,000, 224 in equity. Stock transition, cashed out over 2 million shares, total of 8 million. Like that's some money. That's some real money right there. Yeah, compensation packages are nice. But I just be wanting to look at like for the headache that people take in being that CEO, what are they making? Does that fair to wake up every morning at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, being away from your family, being at the beck and call of these companies? I mean, it's a lot of money, um, but money can't buy a lot of time back. So, but it is a beautiful thing. But what these CEOs get paid, what kind of revenue they bring to those companies. I'm not a big Xbox fan. I'm more of a Sony PlayStation type person. So it doesn't, entice me. Where did they go? Like, what do? You keep creating game consoles. What's going to be more innovative? They thought the immersive with AI is going to be there, and now it's like in the screen or visual eyewear things, all these stuff. But it still has a lot more technological advances that they need to enhance. But but yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. I hope y'all have a good night. If we don't have any more questions, I'll give y'all one more minute. I know the chat can lag a little bit, but other than that, we're gonna get out of here. Not gonna hold you. A lot of C suites are a lot of C suites are moving to fractional work now. Less time, same and sometimes more pay. I don't blame them. I mean, I told people like it would probably take some very high demands, and I think you laughed at my comment. Like, what I would want for me to come into a company to work, and I would probably not even go back into medicine. It's just so demanding, and so many politics behind it. I would probably do something more in the financial sector. One, I will not come into office because I don't care. I'm not playing the office games, or having to present myself a certain way, dress a certain way. I'm not doing it. If my hair not done today, I don't care. I'm not coming in there if I want to wear a hat. I don't want to be in a suit. But that doesn't take away from my knowledge. I can come in there in jeans and shorts and some cowboy boots, and I'm gonna still be able to give you the education or whatever research knowledge that I have. So, if I were to do that again, I want probably 100, 200,000. I want travel expenses. I want my lunch paid for, unlimited PTO, paid health care. And I probably would want, some kind of equity inside of the company that's going to pay after I leave and I don't have to switch it out of my 401k. Just knowing how you diversify and kind of build out a package or severance package would be there too. And I would probably do it for the advancement of not just myself but my family after that. So again, I'm probably high demand for or have a lot of demands if somebody wanted me to come in, and I've seen it. I wouldn't work on like commission for a lot of stuff because commission can be a little tricky. No, I won't guaranteed money. If you get my guaranteed time to be there or you research, I want the guaranteed money. Uh, Dang it, I need to put this meeting on my meeting calendar. We can free, you didn't miss anything. This was just impromptu. I didn't even hit a set time. I was out running errands with my wife, but I still wanted y'all to get this before the week started because if I wait till tomorrow, it'll be Tuesday, then we'll be been got through the trading week and nobody can prepare. So again, I apologize for being late. But we still got it in. Free, did you have any questions about any of the tickers that are coming up? You can scroll this back. I went over a couple of the tickers for earnings, but anybody else, look up fractional work. I'm definitely gonna look that up on fractional work. But again, I seen a couple of CEOs leave. They transition out, paying less or taking less time. I'm just like, AI, financial sectors, financial advisors. Again, the more information we feed into AI, financial advisors are going to be obsolete. Somebody can just feed in their salary and their monthly plan and ask AI, "Hey, build me a portfolio." It'll probably still make them more than what they pay their financial advisor, and about 8 to 10% that they're going to give them. So I just went into my AI system, put in my blood type, what I eat, what I can't eat, and my weight, and got my micro set up for me. So that's going to cut out me having to go get a personal trainer. It's going to cut out me having a dietitian because I'm going based off my blood work. I'm going based off me, and a lot of people are getting curious behind generic information of this is what works for everybody. Well, if you don't know my blood type, if you don't know my history, then you will still not lose weight. And a lot of people miss that factor. And I've only seen here in the future, just in my area, about 2 people are just doing body construct and going based on people historics to help them with weight loss and healthcare. So it's a lot of things that are, becoming more beneficial with AI, and some jobs will be obsolete. Just means that they may not have been that pertinent as we believe them to be. But we'll see how they continue to play out. The thing is not to find out what job everything is going to be subscription, even employment. That's why I wanted that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get out of employment and creating income on my own, because I don't want to be tied to that space, because once they know that they can rope you into that subscription, you have no choice other than to pay it. Like Netflix, if I want to watch a show on Netflix, I have to pay that subscription or I don't watch the show. So now to be okay, it'll be a subscription to drive your car, it'll be a subscription to get into your house. That's going to be the thing. It's no longer going to be, oh, I'm going to float my check and pay my rent on the 17th. No, you don't pay your rent, and that key code on your door is not going to open. You're not going to, unless you bombard yourself in there or somebody is inside and can open that door. They're going to make it where you have to pay, and you have to pay on time. So the future is here. Okay, I'm gonna just watch it. Thank you, and I'm sure you went over the goodies. Thank you. You're more than welcome. But I appreciate y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all up. We've been on for 50 minutes. I appreciate y'all. If you catch the replay, definitely drop replay in the comments. Definitely let me know what tickers you're looking at in the comments. And Pastor, I'm about to send you that video now. Just to get some feedback. No rush. Just whenever you have time, check out my class. Let me know what you think. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.